database satisfy your requirement? If yes, you don't need a blockchain. So whatever the system you have, it is okay for you. No need of a blockchain. If your traditional database doesn't satisfies your requirement, does your database require share write access? That is the question. So this is the type of loop you can create, and it is a type of, you can write it in an algorithm mode also. Algorithm is nothing but if you are writing certain process in a language in a systematic manner, 1 2 3 4 5, we want to reach to our university, we want to write an algorithm. What is that? First of all, I get up in the morning. Second, I will do to I will use a washroom, brush my teeth. Third, I will take a bath. Fourth, I will change the cloth, and then respectively I will take a car. So this is nothing but algorithm. And when we are making it in a pictorial representation with the decisions mechanism, sort boxes and all, it is nothing but a flow chart, and we are creating a loop. And that's why the computer understand this language. Actually, why we are writing this? Because computer understand the languages. Since this is the small understanding the languages, computers are also understanding many languages, okay, more than us. Okay, so there are .NET, Java, C++, it's all the languages. Okay, they actually, that computations are possible with these languages. They understand those languages, and on the basis of that languages, they are giving some result. Okay, so where the security labs, where the things are going beyond our control, of some tampering or some bullying can be possible, trolling could be possible. It can happen anywhere. It can happen anywhere. So the preparation for that is equally required. Okay, and it is only required if we are understanding what is the loop we are using. If we are understanding what the loop we are using, then only we can understand where the loop, where we are giving the hints, where people are catching it. So that we need to understand. How do you build blockchain? Again, it depends on the database. Okay, so AICTE Software Foundation, founder of to lead blockchain hyperledger project. So it is again a study, and this is being written by very famous computer science economics or scientists, whatever you say. So you please you can read this also. So that it will give how do you build blockchain. Okay, what are the blockchain databases that are out there? So there are different databases. Okay, they are using different languages. Okay, languages is like you are speaking Tamil. Okay, I'm speaking Hindi. Someone is speaking English. Someone is speaking Kannada. Someone is speaking Telugu. But the purpose is same. They all want something to be executed. Okay, it is that language is well connected. They think that is very easy to use. That's why you are using it. Okay, so that's here in the blockchain database also. These all different companies with different software, different languages is nothing but the language which we are there. They are thinking that is the perfect thing, and every languages can develop. Okay, so that is the different things which we need to understand. Application architecture means how the applications are built up. So application programming interface, so blockchain database, then user interface, relational database. So that is the key, relational database that will generate the type of command which we are using in the blockchain database. On the basis of that, the relation should be established. So obviously the human interference is there. What type of relation you want to establish and what type of database you can make. So user interface, we all know. Okay, it is like that. It is like app. It is like anything. Okay, user interface, we are using that. And blockchain database actually relate those all thing in a way so that it will give the expected outcome. Okay, so every database is being made for the outcome purpose. There would be some objective in the mind. So on the basis of that, these relations would be developed. Data exchange built on blockchain. So this is the software data provider, software data user. It is a cloud, we all know. So it is a data registration, authentication, permission, traceability, and data access. These data can be accessed, and it is through cloud. And on the cloud, you can use many things. Okay, many things, many softwares are there. According to your understanding, you can use those software so that these exchanges are possible, and everyone want to work according to their limitations. And they need the outcome, the possibility of outcome they are desired, and the expenses they want to incur. Okay, nowadays when we are learning about the Bitcoin, we should know one of the things that the most in current days and in future, the most possible thing is the hard drive maintenance. Hard drive, strong rooms and hard drives is being built. So wherever we are keeping the data on a cloud, okay, like we are saying that we are keeping the mails on the cloud, we are keeping our documents on the cloud. These clouds are in our city, in our country, or it is in outside. Like Facebook is taking data, it is keeping where. So every company is now using these data, and these are the new national security threat, and these are the new national defense which need to be prepared. So datas are nowadays on the basis of the data only you can take all the decisions. Yeah, election decisions, product decision, marketing decision, business decisions, any solution you name it depends on the data. And these all data, with the help of AI, blockchain, neural networking, and all the possible combination, these data are meaningful. And where it is being stored, that is the most, so that storage, where is it there in our country, our city, or not? So city to city, now we are struggling to making a warehouse for the agricultural product, for the some necessity, oriented products. We are very far from the actual reality. We need to make a data warehouse also equally, important to make a data, warehouses for these all information. Because if this information is going out from our country, we are on a risk. Okay, we are on a great risk. So that's where we are actually leading toward. If we are going toward the Bitcoin, we are able to understand what are the things, what are the possibilities. And if we were, now the thing is that the quantum of data we want to we are using, because a very populous country, the quantum of data, first of all, we will need to reduce. Okay, the capacity which the data are taking, that need to be reduced. So that is the one challenge. It should not go beyond the boundary. That is the second challenge. That should not be hacked, tampered, or so these are the different, there would be a different challenge. And that all challenges can be handled with the help of proof of concept. There would be something which, there would be some concept which need to be proved, and we have already discussed. So suppose asset is car and transaction, buying and selling of car, and participants are manufacturer, survey mechanism, law enforcement. Okay, so these are the things. So how we can, and block is being developed in that way with the informations. So there are different blocks which we need to be developed for the blockchain transaction. So, and these different blocks, okay, block 2, blockchain transaction, now sale of the transaction records are there. Okay, so we are making the records, like document, we are making a records, and all these records are there. So suppose there are n number of records, okay, and these records collectively give a meaningful outcome. So first of all, keeping these record in the way, so that these record will take lesser quantum of time. That is the first one of the problem. So it will be in a very small, and that would be answered with the help of, and if that record doesn't match, okay, that algorithm had denied that this data is not correct. That is the possibility in that. But my concern here is that wherever we are keeping these data, okay, we cannot alter this data, we cannot change this data. So that is there in the smart contract, we cannot change. Once we feed it this, that would be same, we cannot change, and that synchronization of all this information will give a result, and that is the new block which can be developed. So that is enough for the smart case, I suppose. I'm just moving for the next topic. Again, the same thing will happen. So we was there in the trusting component. So immutability, we all I have already discussed. Provenance, okay, finality and consensus. So now implications for the accounting professional. A world where all transaction for a company occurs on the blockchain would enable auditors to verify large amounts of routine data automatically, allowing them to focus instead of more complex transactions and control. So income tax department, if they are using blockchain and everything is digitalized, Form 16 will automatically reflect in your income tax. Maybe you have filed the income tax. If this year, you may have seen the Form 16 is automatically there, and you can file the return. And it is easy for government to check from where this money has came, and this money is being given to you. Who was the actual owner? He was the transfer party. And suppose I have 10 rupees note here in my pocket. From where this 10 rupees note has came, that could be identified. So from the last 1 year, then this 10 rupees is circulating with whomsoever, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So no one can hide their incomes. It is not possible. So putting everyone on a digital platform is an idea. And the next idea would be making this data, using this data to give some, so the accounting professional is built on confirmation and verification, and that's what blockchain is all about. So automatically, you need not to see all the vouchers, everything, because we all know that verification is just a very, auditing is just an impossible task, and it is very easy with this mode, with this type of. So what do accountants need to know? Potential user of blockchain in accounting and audit need to understand what is the meaning of immutable records, traceable audit trails, automated audit process, authentication of transaction, tracking ownership of assets. So they need to know what are these things. So accounting is going to change. Okay, it is changed in a different manner rather than the clerical work to the managerial perspective. Earlier, we have noticed that after MBA, if someone is joining a chartered accountant firm, we will say that why you are going for the clerical work. Okay, there would be lack of international exposure to the financial expert normally, but now it is possible because it can cross any boundary. So what does it mean for accountant? I already discussed. So establishing trust. What are the key characteristics of blockchain that establish trust and transaction integrity? So transaction integrity is possible is like that. Identifying and authentication access is granted via cryptographic keys and access rule. It is coming to the block. Okay. Then permission versus unpermission ability to participate in the blockchain be open or pre-approved. That is again coming to there. Distributed ledger as standards of listing transaction of every node, that is coming here. Consensus mechanism, mathematical puzzles and resolve for all nodes, that is again coming here. Transaction concentration, every transaction is linked to its previous transaction, it is coming here. Transaction rules, standard rules are applied to every transaction at every node, it is coming here. And collectively what is there? Block is added to the chain and the transaction is added to the ledger. So now every action, whatever is doing, okay, that is connected with the our block, and if any of the block is being disturbed, the result, just in the car manufacturer, the result will not come, and there we can catch that things are not, and that is the thing which we need to understand. What are some of the governance issues associated with blockchains? There are many regulations. Okay, that is the issue. Standards, what are the standards and benchmark which is being set? Transaction rules, contracts, security, legal, privacy, data, compliance, key governance, okay, identity, authentication, technology assurance, auditing, performance, and these all are the part of financial domain only. These are the directly related with the finance experts, because without the help of them, that is not being that we cannot solve. What are some risks? So decentralized access control and a reduced role of trusted intermediaries. Okay, these are the risks, because the role of intermediaries. Non-trusted participants can join the blockchain. That could be the risk. So lack of intermediaries could be the risk, because you're not able to disseminate the things. Not trusted participant can join the blockchain, would be risk. Cyber security attacks, that would be the risk. Trust is established by majority consensus, not a designated central authority. That could be a risk. So there is, if there is something will happen, you cannot blame anyone, and you will have to find out from the system, and obviously the system will identify it. Lack of standards. There is no benchmark is being set. There is no accounting standards or rules which is being covered and so on. It is in the nascent stage. It is things are working, but it is not in place. Current regulation may prove ineffective. The regulations are also lacking in most of the countries. Compliance and enforcement framework will need to keep up. The legal law and the framework establishing the code of law, penalizing and something is not in place. Still the acts are not in that direction, in the blockchain direction. Traditional assurance and auditing approaches will no longer be effective, so on which we believe more, because till the time we don't have document of the property, we will not feel that we are the owner of the property. Till the time we don't have the paper of the car, we will not understand that we are the owner of the car. So if someone will say that this is your ATM card and you have your car is there, your car paper is there, your insurance paper is there, your bank account is there, your voter ID is there, your passport is there, everything is in this small card. So obviously it is difficult sometime. So security topics, majority consensus, cyber security, key management and performance and scalability are the security topics here. So majority consensus, we all know. Okay, blockchain uses a decentralized mechanism to establish trust and eliminate the need for a trusted intermediaries. So these are the things which we have already discussed. So I'm just leaving this because I would have to move fast. Cyber security risk, I think that most of us are knowing that, so no need to discuss more about that because we have known this since long. Governance of encryption keys, private keys, or that mechanism I will later on go in some detail, so you will understand. So it is an issue here. Principles of public key cryptography is the next topic. Okay, public key cryptography is the next topic. Asymmetric encryption is a form of crypto system in which encryption and decryption are performed using the different keys, one public key and one private key. So here the mechanism is that the encryption and decryption can be performed with the help of one public key and one private key. Public key, which is being public, everyone knows it, or maybe some few of the people are knows it, and the one private key, how it works, also known as public key. It is being known as public key encryption. This this system, it uses mathematical function rather than substitution and permutation. Okay, more secure from cryptanalysis than the systematic encryption. So asymmetric keys, two related keys, a public key and private key that can be used, and then it would be certification is there. So I'm just skipping. So 6 ingredient of public key encryption is like plain text. This is readable message. Encryption algorithm, the encryption algorithm perform various transformation. Public and private key, this is a pair of keys that have been selected. And cipher text, this is the scrambled message produced by as output. Decryption algorithm, again it is the algorithm that accepts the cipher text and matching key. How it will working. Suppose it is a structure, input is there and output is there. Okay, so encryption algorithm, RSA I will detail. Bob is using, okay, this is the Bob's public key, anyone can use this. Okay, these all can use this. Okay, and then transmit those information. Then there is a decryption algorithm. Alice has that private key. Okay, suppose I make a system, as a university we made a system that anyone can enter and see their certificate. So I have developed a system where all my students can enroll. So enrollment number would be the encryption algorithm, and every student have their own login ID password. Okay, that is the description algorithm, and the plain text would be, and that is the public key. Encryption with public key means. So encryption with private key means the plain key, here the things will be reversed. Here my login ID is there. I am entering into a bank account, and there I use my login ID and password, and I inform I have done some transaction, and that transaction is going to the bank managers. Okay, any one of that have access to give the approval, and that is what has been, that is called encryption with private key. So I'm just skipping some of the conventional encryption and public key encryption has some differences. The same algorithm with the same key is used for encryption and decryption. That is the uniqueness of the conventional one, but here the both of the things will be different. Okay, the sender and receiver must share the algorithm and key. The sender and receiver must each have a matched pair of keys, not the same one. Okay, that is the difference. Needed for security, conventional. there are some aspects you can read when I will share, because I have short of time. So I'm just moving. Then one of the algorithm which could be used, there are many algorithm. I told you that is a language where which you can communicate. The RSA algorithm, it is called Reward-Shamir-Edelman algorithm. Reward-Shamir Edelman algorithm is on the public key is being like I am developing a case here. RSA algorithm used in public key principle. Choose two prime numbers P and Q. Calculate n. N is a calculation of n is P into Q. Select the public key E, encryption key, such that it is not a factor of P minus 1 and Q minus 1. Not the factor of P minus 1, neither the factor of Q minus 1. Okay, that would be the encryption key. Select the private key. So because public and private both are different, private key decryption key, such that the following equation is true. D into E, okay, you know E and you know D. So D into E modified by mod by m minus 1 p minus 1 into q minus 1 is equal to 1. So that is the design equation, and it's a hypothetical example. For encryption, calculate the ciphertext from the plain text pt as follows. Ciphertext is equal to plain text E encryption mod n, send CT as the ciphertext to the receiver. So for description, calculate the, so every time how can we use a different key, how can we use so how it is possible, what is the calculation of that, and that is possible. And then the plain text is calculated is equal to dt decryption CT is ciphertext, D for decryption key mod n. So choose two large prime numbers P and Q. Let P is 7, Q is 17. Calculate n. N is equal to 119. थोड़ा fast हूँ, please याद रखिएगा. Select the public key E such that it is not a factor of P minus 1 and into Q minus 1. So now E is calculated. 7 minus 1, 7 is here, 17 is here, and that is the equation, and that is 96. The factors of 96 are 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 and 3. 2 multiplied by 2, then multiplied by 3 is equal to 96. Thus we have to choose E such that none of the factors of E is 2 and 3, because that was the principle that is being designed. So E should not be P minus 1 and Q minus 1, neither 2 neither 3. So we have chosen E as 5. We can choose 4 also. Select the private key D such that the following equation in the rule: D into A mod P minus 1, and now we are going to calculate it. And D into 5 mod 7 minus E is 5. 5 is being replaced here, put it here, and 7 minus 1, 7, the principle is same. And then we will calculate. After some calculation, let us take D is 77. So that 77 into 5 mod 96, 385 mod 96 is equal to 1. That is the calculation for D, decryption. For encryption, calculate the ciphertext CT. So these all calculation is happening in the blockchain. Okay, and every time they are giving some result. So ciphertext is equal to plain text mod n. So let assume plain text is 10. Then what is the result of ciphertext? 1 lakh into mod 119, that is 40. Send CT as a ciphertext to receiver. Send 40 as a ciphertext to the receiver. For decryption, calculate the plain text PT from the ciphertext as follows. So PT CT is 40 modified by 10 is the answer. So that is how now CT 40 PT 10, that is the answer. That is the different key for them. Okay, and that's why if you are logging in some of the banking system, they are using blockchain. Okay, some of the encryption style of the blockchain, because they are using till the time they can afford the system. And you will say that the two different OTP will come, one on your mail and one on your mobile phone. Okay, and if you will put both of the OTP, then only you can change the password. And that is nothing but the plain text your PT and CT combination they are trying to establish, and that's why they are able to resolve. Then the next topic is hashing. Hash we have already discussed. It is a signature type of structure. It's a unique every time whenever we are changing the block record, hash keep changes and so on. So now hash is a function. A hash function is any function that can be used to map data of arbitrary size or fixed size value. Okay, hash has its own record. So hash function is used to map digital data of arbitrary size to digital data of fixed size with slight differences in input data producing very big differences in output data. So that is being known as a hash. And some of the well-known example of hash is mentioned here, and how it is working. Hash is working in some of the sense. So proof of work is being the concept behind hashing. So publicly auditable cost function can be efficiently verified by any third party without access to any trap door or secret information. So through the hash, it is being or previous hash, it is being connected with other block. Now I'm moving to the some of the sensational thing, how the hash is being developed. Hash cell, in fact, hashing is used in web search, compilers, spell checker, passwords, databases, many other. Hashing is being used. It's a so that is what hash is being designed. So suppose, assume that finding a hash function, assume that n is equal to 5 and the values we need to insert are CAB, BA, BAD, etc. Let A is equal to 0, B1, C2, etc. Define H such that H data is equal to summation characters mod n. So if H को हम अगर encode करते तो क्या होता है, decode करते तो क्या होता है, 2C is 2 plus A 0, B1, mod 5 is equal to 3. Okay, that's why we have calculated different CAB, BA, BAD. Okay. So now the next concept we need to know, that is collision. What is collision means? What if the value we need to insert are ABC, CBA, BCA, etc. So suppose we have taken the hash in that command and we get the result. And if the similar type of thing, ABC or CBA, BCA, the result would be relatively similar. And that's why that is on the same location. This is called collision. When collisions occur, we need to handle them. Okay, so good hash actually reduces the possibility of collision. But if the hash is not designed or taken properly, and that was cryptography or the language of that mathematical combination need to be more advanced, so that the chances of collision would be rare, or that is the issue. And some more issue will come later on. Right now there are few issues which this blockchain is facing. I am discussing that. Choosing a hash function. A good hash function must be easy to compute, avoid collision. How do we find a good hash function? That is the another thing. I'm not going to the depth of that. So coding and all, there are different collision resolving strategy, and these strategies are here: separate chaining, open addressing. So these are the different possibilities where we can reduce the hash. So I'm just moving it from, because of the shortage of paucity of time. Now we are going, I'm trying to cover Merkle tree. It will take some time. I'm trying to move this Merkle tree also in a fast mode. So for that, so I try to make it. Is this visible to all of you? Oh, wait. I think it is not visible. I'm talking about visibility of my screen in terms of the video.
Yes, sir.
I'm making it visible. Yeah, it was visible, but it was not visible, which I want to make it visible. There's something. Okay, I have some video for that, because Merkle tree is will explain everything. Maybe some concept which people are not, I am not able to transmit. That is very easily understandable with the help of Merkle tree. It will. Wait, Suman. It will. I hope that it will now. It is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Merkle tree is visible? Okay. I'm
Yes,
running.
sir.
Please listen.
Sir.
Data structure is a way of organizing the data. Okay. So data structure basically हम एक तरीका है डाटा को ऑर्गेनाइज करने का. तो डाटा को कैसे हमें रखना है, कैसे एक लिमिटेड स्टोरेज में हमें एक लिमिटेड डाटा को एक एफिशिएंट वे में रखना है. ओके, सो ये हमारा डाटा है, कुछ भी है, एंड हम इस डाटा पे कुछ एल्गोरिथम्स यूज करेंगे जो किसकी होंगी, डाटा स्ट्रक्चर की होंगी. सो बहुत सारी एल्गोरिथम्स हैं डाटा स्ट्रक्चर में. क्यू इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, stack implementation, linked list implementation. So there are a lot of things. तो उसी में से एक है हमारी Merkle tree. is a data structure. What is data structure? Data structure is a way of organizing the data. Limited is to मैं कैसे हमें इस data को organize करना है. So that is about Merkle tree and data structure. आगे बढ़ते हैं. So क्यों जरूरत पड़ी हमें Merkle tree? Merkle tree basically डाटा को वैलिडेशन के लिए डाटा का वैलिडेशन के लिए यूज होता है. डाटा को वैलिडेट करते हैं. और वैलिडेट कैसे? ये डाटा है. अभी से वैलिडेशन का मतलब समझते हैं कि क्या है, एंड देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड हाउ Merkle tree help us validate this data. So this is database. अब ये डाटा राइट है या रॉन्ग, this will be done by Merkle tree. ये डाटा वैलिडेशन, इसका वैलिडेशन इसके थ्रू होगा Merkle tree के. इसमें जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें दी जाएगी, इसकी जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें दी जाएगी वो.
Sir, sorry for interruption. There is some disturbance in your voice.
Disturbance. Is it for? It is with everyone or it is with someone? Please respond, because from my side it is clear.
There is a little bit disturbance from your voice, sir.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I am doing what? I am again logging. Okay.
Yeah, now it is
Wait for
clear.
a while.
Yeah.
So unable to hear the audio.
Yes, madam. Actually, he is having some technical glitches. He is trying to recover it.
So test him, like if he speaks and if you're able to hear it, like maybe because of the pre-recorded video.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sir, Mohammed Jamshid, sir. Hello, sir. Jamshid, sir.
Sir, you are muted, Mohammed sir.
Mohammed, sir.
Yes, I am trying to recover. Okay, now it is visible. So
Yeah,
we
visible
are
and
talking
audible.
about Merkle tree and Merkle tree root. Okay, how now it is audible? Is it audible?
Sir. It is audible,
Okay.
sir.
So in that, actually, we want to make you understand that in Merkle tree, okay, we already discussed some of the element. Okay, like we have a data. Okay, this is the database we have. There are different datas in place within the database, and what we are doing with the help of Merkle tree, I will explain, because we have already discussed what are the different type of collisions and what are the process which we can handle the collision and all. And now the second thing which we need to know is how these mechanisms are working. Okay, how this validity means any data, like there are different data they are showing in this video. Okay, these different datas are actually independent in nature. Okay, so how the problem is that within different blocks, the different data are available. How we can check how we can validate which data is proper or not, or what is the process? And that process of connecting different data, so this data, this data, this data, is possible with the help of Merkle tree. And what the Merkle tree do? They actually the video is slow with my speed, so I am just increasing the speed. So they actually validate those transactions, okay, whether those transaction is proper, or it is coming from which route. Suppose here we have a data and it is that information related with my hypothetical example, it is related my family expenses, my children expenses, it is related with my parent expenses, it is related with my wife expenses, there are colleague expenses, there are something. The expense data is such broad. So if certain thing will happen, that validation of this is going to which data, like in ledger we are posting, that can be possible with the help of Merkle tree, that validate that from where this data belongs to, where this transaction belongs to. Okay, that is the work of this tree. And some more thing I want to, so these are the different transactions it is being mentioned here. Okay, and what we are doing, we are making flowchart of these different data. Okay, so there are different these all data is connected with some transactions, and these different transactions need some different validation, okay, whether these things are validated or not. And this is the figure they want to make. I will give the PPT slide also on that, so it is easier to understand for those who are understanding the things by empirical things. So these are the different transactions happen. So there are lot many transactions, okay, from the different, suppose different branches, different transactions happen, there would be lot many transactions. So this from which place this transaction belongs to is possible with the help of Merkle tree. Okay, so that is what it is being there. So this is the structure. Suppose A and B. A is a one transaction, B is a transaction, and then the hash key is being developed. C and D, and again the hash key is developed. Okay, then AB have some hash, CD have some hash, and that is the hash. H is that is that. And if there is a combination of this again is it has some hash, and how it is being working. And now ABCD is a system. Okay, that is the Merkle tree structure. Okay, that's what, and that is the way it is working. It actually try to connect. So I'm just leaving here because of the audio status. Some of the part I'm not discussing here. Okay, how it works. So I will give some other insight. Which would be easier for all of us. So think. So I try to give some other insight. So there was the Merkle tree. This is how the Merkle tree works, and it helps to identify the status of the transaction, and that's why it rejects and accepts some of the transaction. That is the mechanism. There's some more part of the Merkle tree that. Okay, so some more valid part of the Merkle tree I will discuss. Okay, so suppose Alice and Bob. Okay, so that is the function they want to validate. We know that if they want to do some transaction, they need to develop some code that is called cryptographic hash, and that is being developed. So suppose this is the hash being developed, and because of this hash the validation is possible. If whether he has received that or not, that is possibly only when we have certain hash structure. So that is the mechanism here, and Merkle tree actually try to develop this structure. Okay, this is the Merkle root. Okay, that that is a Merkle root, and that is the structure on the Merkle tree. So different transaction is there and different combination, and on the different combination there is the family tree, and this is the type of structure which is being used. So validation and item is possible, okay, with the help of logarithm, okay, which is being developed, and that is why, you know, now things are much more secure, because whatever is valid or not, it depends on the value which has hash content. So that is what I need to address about the Merkle tree. And suppose because I'm moving another direction for that is digital signature. Okay, it is an electronic signature that can be used to authenticate the identity of the sender of a message or the signer of a document, and possibly to ensure that the original content of the message or document that has been sent is unchanged. Digital signatures are easily transportable, cannot be imitated by someone else, and can be automatically time-stamped. The ability to ensure that the original signed message arrived means that the sender cannot easily repudiate it later. So how it works? We all know digital signature nowadays, but here there is some difference. The use of digital signature usually involve two processes, one performed by the signer and the other by receiver of the digital signature. Digital signature creation, again, it uses a hash result derived from a unique both signed message and a given private key. For the hash result to be secure, so whenever the transaction has happened, it is not just like the signature we are putting. It has some value, some algorithm is being there, some you know, coding is being there, and on the basis of that verification, it is being that is the part of creation. And digital signature verification is the process of checking the digital signature by reference to the original message and a key given public key. So there is earlier there was a private key, and now there is a public key, thereby determining whether the digital signature was created for the same message using the private key that correspond to the referred. So this is how it works. Okay, so I hope that most of the possible things I have covered in this. We are a lack of time. If you want to discuss something, you please open that forum. If there is something to discuss, please let me know.
Thank you, sir. Now let me welcome the participants, and I request the participants to post the questions and queries so that our resource person, Dr. Jamshed sir, is ready to give the answers. Participants, you may please post the question or the queries which you have.
And you have I can put my number if you want to discuss something, and if you want to work on some of the paper on the Bitcoin. Okay, I am very much eager. I am working with many things on that front, because it is very impossible to discuss all the things in such a small time. But if you have some paper, something like that, I am sharing my number. It is already with Sir Sundar sir also. So you can talk to me, and if you have a plan to you know, work on some paper, we will definitely work. I am already working on some medical devices, and right now government is very much keen to establish a government and private hospitals for the blockchain possibilities.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Big
and
chain.
Here we have one question.
It's a new concept. It's a very good concept.
Sir,
Yes,
we have
yes.
one question here. That is from P. Kalai Kannan. In what way the digital signature is related with blockchain technology?
In what way?
Sir, I repeat, sir. In what way digital signature is related with blockchain technology?
Actually, digital signature means you are giving the nod for something. Okay, and because the transmission, you know, the signature we are using to authenticate that this belongs to me, I know that. So without signature, because digital transactions can be possible, but without signature, I am agreed or not is not, you know, and that is the difficulty. You cannot put the screenshot over there, the signature screenshot, because anyone can use it. So what you will do for that, you have to, just like the transaction coding and all, you have to develop a, you know, signature coding as well. And that is where the signature, you know, in the blockchain it matters, because anything which is going on without your authenticity, without your knowledge, you are not going to, take the responsibility of it. So if you are in the system of banking and you have done some transaction and there is no, you are not putting your signature, tomorrow you will say that I'm not going to, uh, take the responsibility, and the bank will be on the risk. So suppose someone has taken 400 crore loan because there is blockchain possibilities are there. So what they will do, they need to get a signature of that, and for that signature there is a process, okay, of handling that. That is digital signature is there. I hope that I am able to understand, answer that.
Thank you, sir. And we have one more question from Rajshri. Sir, can you please tell us about the Big Chain DB? That is database. Big Chain database.
It's actually big data is, when you connect IoT, blockchain, neural networking, and there's some most, you can make a big chain. Okay, so that is very difficult to giving us some small time there. It's a very big thing. It will be the next, inshallah, next future.
Yes, thank you, sir. And Mr. Kanaya Lal, you can please post your question directly. You need not to put in chat box. You can post the question directly.
Okay.
Yes, there are
Sir,
methodology. Kanaya Lal has said right. There is a methodology to identify which node of the network is minor node. There are different methodology, like in the research methodology. If you will read the key neighbor, the crawling factor which work. Okay, like in software, we are putting some. That we are searching something like I want to search the flights information, and automatically after some time the new schemes of the flight information is coming. So there are new k neighborhood principle. There are many. Okay, you can see that not a single area has left where there is no research.
it means you want to say that there is never problems are there, no? By using Never's problems, algorithms, we can find out.
Always there are problems because we need to research every day. New problems will always come.
Okay. Thank you.
But the problem of my country, my state would be different. Problem for your country or some other country would be different. Our country problem would be different. Our state specific problem would be different. Product related problem would be different. So accordingly, we can shape up the research methodology. Like regression we are using. Okay, multiple regressions are there, and in the multiple regression there are many regression format, like logistic regression. There are many regressions. So these are the answer of the solutions. Same way in the computer science department also there are many solutions. Okay, you need to read out it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your answer. And we have one more question from Pavitra. That how does data mining differ from blockchain mining? How does data mining?
Part of data mining is always the part of the blockchain.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is one more question from Abhishek Anand, sir. Why we need RSA if we are already using hash in blockchain?
RSA is one of the methodology of using hash actually. RSA is one of the algorithm which is being used in a hash. There are many algorithms which can be used. Very many different type of hash can be used.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, madam, please. Yeah.
Sir, in the first session you had discussed about forking, blockchain forking, and in that you had mentioned about backward compatible changes. Could you please explain us with that? Like
actually what happens, you develop some blockchain, okay, and you are working on that, and after some time your company has realized that something we have not, like KYC. Okay, KYC has started with Aadhaar updation. Sometime back your government has thought, the company has thought that this should be the part of that. So soft fork has given the way that it could be implanted in that way. So any changes can, because in the future you want to do some planning and you need to some changes in the structure. Obviously that is not been tampered, so every hash code will be changed. Okay, and because you are the authority of that and making that structure, you can implant that in a way that the person who has feeded that record, they are giving you permission to add that. Okay, it is not like that you are just impose that. No, you will ask for the permission to the person who are actually, and he is saying yes. Then, like Aadhaar card, you have seen that example is there.
Thank you, sir. I request all the participants, if you have any further queries, you may directly ask Jamshed sir.
You have my number. Whenever I am not receiving your call, because Raghu has faced that, I will definitely give the solution. Give me some time, because I am little bit occupied of the things, and with the God grace, thanks to Almighty, and thanks for all the well-wishers like you. But I will definitely recall you or answer you. I will never leave your call unattended. But obviously there would be the purpose of asking something, okay, that would be future benefit. If there is something which is just discussing, then obviously I'm sorry to say, we are so
Thank you,
it's
sir.
a very good crowd. I appreciate the learning environment. Okay, and the way you have designed this is enormous. It's enormous. The course fee in a professional world is more than 50,000 to 60,000 to 1 lakh, 1,50,000 and 3.5 lakh of this developing this understanding, and you are making this possible in a very, it is like absolutely amazed. Absolutely amazed. It's a very good thing. And for finance professional, it is just like oxygen, because we are about to die, and it's oxygen. We have something to learn, something new to do. It's not just learning the old standards. Okay, it is something new which we can create also. It's very good atmosphere. I learn a lot. Some of the questions will give me some more link to study. Inshallah, we will meet soon. And actually, I have a meeting from 1 o'clock, so I am getting late. If you will allow me, so I have a board meeting here. So if you have work, some work, you please let me know. Otherwise, I will take a permission to leave.
Thank you, sir. Sir, for just a few minutes, let me request the participants to give effective feedback. Participants, we need any 5 participants to give the feedback about this session.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
So this is Vijayalakshmi from Pondicherry University. Actually, the course was very useful and enlightening, and then it had introduced us to the new concepts and ideas like that we can carry forward in our day-to-day teaching, learning activity, and as well as in research. And he has drawn very practical and real-world examples, and then added value to the seminar. So we got more inputs from him, sir. And thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Okay, sir.
Sir, this is Aishwarya from Vistas.
Yes, madam.
Hello. Sir,
Yeah, yes,
this
madam,
is
you're
Aishwarya
audible.
from Vistas. Thank
Yes,
you
madam,
so
you're
much, sir.
audible.
You had shown us much more basic research. You showed us where all the research were lagging. That was much interesting for me, and it was eye-opening for me to move research in that line also. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for your feedback. We need any other participants. If there are any other participants who are willing to give a feedback on the session, you are welcome. Participants? Participants, if you are willing to give any feedback. Okay. Thank you, participants. Thank you so much. With this words of wisdom, let me thank our resource person, Dr. Mohammed Jamshid sir, for a very interesting lecture on blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. Now let me request Mr. K. Kalidasu, PhD scholar of the Department of International Business, Alagappa University, to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
I, on behalf of the Department of International Business, express my deep gratitude to Dr. Mohammed Jamshid for delivering a perfect and a wonderful lecture on various concepts related to blockchain. Also, I personally found the concept of understanding consensus mechanism very interesting, sir. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to thank all the participants for their great cooperation and patient listening. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kalidas.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And dear participants, we request you to join our next session exactly at 2:30 p.m. and the session will be led by Mr. Anup sir, Anup VS. I request all the participants to join the session, afternoon session at 2:30 p.m. Exactly.
Regarding next session, I just want to inform participants that this next resource person, Dr. Anup PS, he was working in Kerala Blockchain Academy, which is a state government academy, and there he was working as a senior scientist head. So the participants, I'll request you all to please join the session. The next session will be more useful for you. Now he's working as a assistant professor in Rajagiri College. So before that, he was working as senior scientist head there in Kerala Blockchain Academy. So please join. And attendance is must. 80% attendance is required. So I request all the participants to join 2:30 sharply. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.